All right, guys, how's it going? Now, before I get into this video, I just want to let you know I'll be live on here today at 12:30 p.m. UK, a little bit earlier than normal for an hour, and 7 p.m. UK this evening. So 2 live streams today. Now, in my videos today, they might sound like they're repeating a little bit. It's only because each topic is kind of like crossing over into another one. So my last video was about Alexander Isak, and this kid's name came up, Nick Woltemade. I think is how you pronounce it. You know, if it's not Jack Daniels or John Smith, I ain't got a fucking clue. I don't watch telly, do you know what I mean? Or listen to radio. I read, all right? And it's hard sometimes to get the pronunciations. And I forget because I'm dealing with loads of players all the time. But Nick Woltemade, I think that's how you pronounce his name. So we're going to be talking about him specifically in this video, in case you didn't watch the other one. So this is a player that I think Liverpool are looking at. I genuinely do. And I don't make many videos about that, right? So this isn't about trying to get traction on a fucking channel. Why do I need to grow a fucking YouTube channel? I'm 50 years old, for fuck's sake, I'm not 15, right? So when I talk about a player, it's because I think there's something of interest there, right? Now, we know that Liverpool officials were in Bratislava, was it last week? If you look on this channel, there'll be, it'll say Bratislava in a video from last week, and that will tell you a little bit more about it. And what it was Liverpool officials were out there, and it was described as not a scouting run, okay? So, what the fuck, you know, if it's to do with the player, it's not a scouting run, one can only assume that it's to sound someone out or look at things, blah, blah, blah. And the specific information was that we had an interest in someone in the Germany under-21 camp. A couple of names were put forward or suggested on the members' website, and the main one that kept coming up was Nick Woltemade. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce his name. So the reason I'm making this video is I want you just to keep an eye on any reports to do with him. Now, his chief executive, right, he plays for Stuttgart, has come out and said that he will remain at the club in 25-26. I'm not going to read the article to you and tell you all his stats. I'm sure you can do all that, you know, in your own time if you're that interested. But I thought his comments were interesting because he said, "We're going into the new season with Nick. That's the end of it." It really isn't, right? Because he then goes on to say, "Every club, apart from Bayern Munich, is prepared to discuss a transfer once a certain figure is reached. That also applies to us. We're in a constant dialogue with Nick as well." So in other words, he ain't going anywhere, but if you got some money, like, we might be willing to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to keep an eye on it. I think it's an option. I would describe it as an option. I think if Liverpool could make things happen as they want, then the primary target, I think, would be Alexander Isak. I do believe that now, and I didn't believe it previously. I think things have changed. But you'd need to watch the Alexander Isak video today, otherwise I'm going to be repeating all of that shit again. But things like Luis Diaz not going to Barcelona could affect things there, right? And obviously, you know, Newcastle can say they want this, that, and the fucking other. But if the player really wants it, I think... just keep an eye on it, right? And I do think Liverpool might make a cheeky offer right towards the end of the window, but we'll see. And then, so I think he's a primary option. I think this kid, Woltemade, I think he's just someone Liverpool are looking at. He'd be quite cheap, want to develop. He's an exciting player. Go and look him up. I didn't know about him about a week ago. Never fucking heard of him. Be honest with you, I don't come in here making out I know what I'm talking about. Do I, fuck? And the one in the middle that could be the one, I'm using a lot of coulds, and I'm the first one to admit it because I'm not a Twitter twat. I don't know what's going on. I'm not an ITK, you know what I mean, in the know and all that shit. It's just opinion, right? Isak, oh, he'd really like to get in, but it could be fucking difficult. Woltemade, Mada, whatever, right? Easy peasy. What about someone with a bit more experience and a bit more, a bit more longer though? And that would be that him. All right? So they're the 3 names that I'm currently watching. And if I was to narrow it down, I think I'd be looking at Isak and it's him. I do, honestly. I do. Listen, I know some of you smart asses are going to be in the comments now going, you pronounce his name like it. Fine. But have you any idea how many fucking names I have to remember? I ain't got a fuck. You know what I mean, don't you? So if you know what I mean, that's all that matters. But I do think this Woltemade, I think he is one that Liverpool are looking at. I do, honestly. I do. But I'm not convinced that they're going to do anything with that at the minute. I think they're going to push for Isak. I just got a feeling it will. And the other kid, the TK man, or whatever he's called, I think he could be the one that Liverpool go for if they know that Isak is can't happen. I feel like I've just written an exclusive that said we're going for every player. Do you know what I mean? And then I can turn around and go, see, I told you. I'm not. I'm explaining how I think the chances are of each one. The likes of Benjamin Sesko that we spoke about on here a long time ago, we know there was talks, but not heard a thing since then. I don't think that he's on the radar anymore. I don't. I hope I've explained it. I hate it when I fucking confuse myself. Why am I making the video? The reason I'm making the video is to tell you that the VfB Stuttgart CEO has basically said he's going nowhere, but can. Right? So the door is open there. Liverpool officials in Bratislava, they're up to something. They didn't just, you know what I mean? It weren't a scouting run, and they were described as Liverpool officials, not Liverpool scouts. And it came from a really, really good source who you guys, if you're on the members website, know who that is. All right? So we know it's solid. We know it's concrete. We know that's true. But I'm not sure that Liverpool would then, by default, then go and do something because they did all this in February with Sesko. They might walk away and go, that doesn't sound right. Yeah? Yeah, come on, man. I know my peoples understand. Right, I'm going. If you found the video slightly interesting, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Your opinions are very valuable. If you do have an interest in Isak, you might want to watch the previous upload. And if you want to support the channel, there's a love out under the video. That's it. And I always give a shout out to anyone that gets me a coffee or a beer on my morning briefings. The next morning, I've just recorded my morning briefing. It's on my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham. The link is in the video description. It should be on the screen around now. All right, guys, 12:30 and 7 p.m. live streams on here today where we can talk about this shit if you want me to explain my thoughts a little bit better.